We begin by examining the deterministic inquiry concerning whether angelic forces are fighting against Elam in the ongoing war. The workstation mathematically confirms this inquiry with a verdict of yes, which is affirmative. The analysis reached a threshold convergence with an extreme anomaly, meaning the departure from random chance is absolute. The guidance detection indicator combined p-value stands an extreme anomaly, and the convergence confidence index scored 100% across all 6 channels. Furthermore, the Dominion Triad concentration operates at a discovery level of 9.79 sigma. The draw opens with the lead verse from 2 Samuel chapter 23 verse 10, which states that the Philistines were gathered together into a troop, where there was a piece of ground full of lentils. This establishes the immediate physical reality of the question. Just as enemies of the covenant gathered into a troop to contest a vital piece of sustaining ground, earthly forces are currently arrayed in battle. It highlights that the conflict is tangible and focused on territorial and physical survival. Following the gathering of troops, YHWH establishes the foundation of his defense in Numbers chapter 18 verse 19, declaring an unbreakable covenant of salt for the ages with the offspring of Israel. This ensures that the defense of the covenant people is an eternal statute. However, Amos chapter 4 verse 5 introduces a cautionary note regarding the spiritual landscape, speaking of covenant transgression at Bethel and Gilgal. This tension reveals that the ongoing war is deeply intertwined with spiritual fidelity, requiring the purging of false sacrifices and transgression. The affirmative verdict heavily anchors itself in Isaiah chapter 49 verse 8, where YHWH unequivocally states that in an acceptable time he has responded, and in a day of deliverance he has helped. YHWH acts as a guard, using the people as a covenant pledge to reclaim deserted heritages. This active deliverance is further sustained in Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 15, which promises the sacred blessing of YHWH Elohim and provision within all their gates, even amidst the conflict. The pre-registered markers manifest with extreme precision to answer the core of the inquiry regarding angelic involvement. First Enoch chapter 40 verse 10 provides a direct textual hit for the word angel, stating, "And these are the 4 angels of YHWH of spirits, and the 4 voices I heard in those days." This direct hit pulls back the veil on the physical troop movements. The Lord of Spirits has deployed his angels, and their voices and presence are actively engaged in the days of this conflict. Revelation chapter 13 verse 4 provides another direct textual hit for the word war, concluding the draw by defining the spiritual power driving the adversaries of the covenant. They rendered worship to the dragon, because he gave the authority to the wild beast, saying, "Who is like unto the wild beast, and who is able to make war with him?" Driven by the extreme anomaly and the Dominion Triad concentration, the text confirms that what appears on Earth as troops gathering to take ground is actually a multi-realm conflict. The spiritual forces animating Elam and Persia boast in their beast-like authority, asking arrogantly who is able to make war against them. YHWH answers this boast by remembering his eternal covenant of salt and initiating a day of deliverance. Most critically, the text explicitly reveals the presence of the angels of YHWH of spirits, confirming that the heavenly host is indeed engaged in the battle to secure the covenant inheritance. Turning to the second inquiry, we ask if the blood moon on March 3, 2026 marks a period of judgment and restoration. The deterministic inquiry answer is once again yes, affirmative. The workstation mathematically confirms this with an extreme anomaly in the guidance detection indicator, coupled with a threshold cross-convergence confidence index of 100% across all 6 active channels. The mathematical direction mandates a yes, meaning the blood moon on March 3, 2026 is indeed marked as an appointed season of judgment and restoration. This draw is anchored by an overwhelming Dominion Triad concentration of 3,348.2% non-randomness index, a nearly 10 sigma event that indicates discovery-level covenantal resonance. The draw opens immediately with a profound call to attention in Revelation chapter 3, verse 14, the lead verse. It reads, "The one that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the called out assemblies." And to the messenger of the called out assembly in Laodicea, write, "These things says the Amen, the faithful and real witness, the beginning of the creation of Elohim." The faithful and real witness establishes the ultimate authority over this inquiry, signaling that what is about to be revealed regarding this celestial event is a faithful testimony from the Creator himself. We are instructed to hear what the Spirit is saying regarding this specific appointed time. The pre-registered markers for moon and judgment physically manifested in the text, providing direct confirmation of the inquiry parameters. In Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 17, we see the direct hit for new moons amidst the command to bring burnt offerings, grain offerings, and drink offerings in the festival gatherings and in the new moons. This is reinforced by Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 28, which speaks of bringing offerings to the house of Elohim at times appointed year by year. The celestial event being tracked is inextricably linked to YHWH appointed calendar and the priestly duties of the altar. First Enoch chapter 93 verse 1 explicitly hits the marker for judgment, stating, "I was born the 7th in the first week, while judgment and righteousness still endured." Enoch speaks directly to the children of covenant faithfulness and the plant of uprightness, learning these things from heavenly tablets. This confirms the heavens are declaring a season of righteousness and judgment. The theme of judgment is practically applied in Leviticus chapter 11, verse 8, which dictates the separation of clean and unclean things for the covenant children of Israel. True restoration requires a separation from that which defiles. Furthermore, Joshua chapter 8, verse 32 places the people before Mount Gerizim and Mount Ebal, the very mountains of blessing and curse. Standing before the Ark of the Covenant, this represents a definitive moment of corporate judgment, aligning the people back to the covenant. The draw concludes with 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 12, detailing the fasting for 7 days and the burial of bones. This indicates a solemn, appointed period of mourning and closure to an old season, which must occur before the plant of uprightness can fully step into restoration. Grounded in the absolute affirmative mathematical verdict, the Father is declaring through the faithful and real witness that this celestial marker aligns with his times appointed. The physical manifestation of the markers for the moons and judgment confirms this is a season where the covenant children are being brought before the Ark of the Covenant to separate the clean from the unclean. It is a time of solemn closure, paving the way for righteousness to endure and the elect to be restored.